Welcome to Goyo's Garden and Tie-Dyes. I'm Greg. Alright, today we are working on a Gildan 3X and we will be making a side fanfold. I'm marking out with a piece of sinew line and a washable marker. Probably should have had the shirt just a little bit smoother so it didn't bunch up like that. But I'm starting on the outer pattern I have for it. This way your pleats will not be as tall. If I would have started from the inner one, the pleats would have ended up a lot taller. The smaller the better. And so I'm just going to follow this outside line up, try to keep the inner one close as I can get it. It will stray some, but we'll get that smoothed out a little bit further down the road here. So this is still a video post-surgery for those of you that know and was wondering. Things are getting way better, but I'm still not able to dye anything new yet. As soon as I can, the new stuff will be flooded. I really can't wait. So I'm just going to keep on pleating, and I will be back. Okay, so we're just going to continue on with the rubber bands and keep working our pleats. If you notice, if you pull on it a little bit, it kind of straightens them out. Don't want to pull too hard because you'll pull your line out from underneath your rubber band. So I'm going to go through, rubber band them first, and I will be back when we do the sinew. Okay, so the little tool I'm using is a little pleating tool. It looks like a fingernail file, but it's not. It helps kind of get down inside there and help get your pleats a little bit straighter. You can see how that inner line is not exactly on track, but it's still pretty close. So we're going to go with this. This is the first time actually I'm marking it out too, where my lines are going to go. I'm going to mark it out every 2 inches. So start at the inch mark and then work my way out from there. I usually just kind of eyeball it, but I wanted to see what a big difference it makes. And I'm sure it will. Eyeballing is good for some things, but not for everything. So I'm actually going to replace the rubber bands with sinew. And this is my sinew caddy and puller. And the pleating tool was actually part of this also. Tools made from Boredom with Jen. It's a good place to store your pleating tools when you're not using them. Has an extra deep holder for larger rolls of sinew. And it makes loading your sinew so much easier. And look at that. The puller itself is octagon shaped, so it won't roll off of your table. And that's a good thing. And you can find these at Shop Boredom with Jen. I do have the link for her in my description box. You should pay her a visit. Her and her husband John make a great product. Okay, so I just made a little slip knot start on the end there, and I'll pull back my rubber bands as I go. And for this type of fan fold, you don't want your crisp white lines. I'm wrapping it around 2 to 3 times and barely pulling. I'm not pulling hard. It may look like it, but I'm not. And this will allow the die to go underneath and do some nice feathering. I will be using Happy Cat dies, and her die is made for ice dyeing. It has fantastic splits in it. So I'm just going to continue on up here, and I will be back. All right, we're just about done with that. I just had the rubber bands on there just to keep some of the corners sucked in where they were kind of sticking out. Okay, so we're going to get the gutter and start applying some dye. The first color we're using is Black Magic. It's a pretty cool color. Like I said, this is from Happy Cat Dyes. You can find her, I know, on Facebook, Tie-Dye Marketplace. She has all kinds of beautiful, beautiful colors, and her dyes are meant to split. That's the best part about her dyes. You don't have to hunt and try to find something that splits. This does all the magic for you. Couldn't be happier. And I'm just gonna a couple more little dabs here of the Black Magic, and then we're gonna go on to Enchanted Sunset. This is a pretty cool color also. If you're into ice dyeing, you should look her up. That's Happy Cat Dyes. All right. This isn't going to take too long to put the dye on it. You can see I have it sped up a little bit. But just another thank you to everybody that's sticking with me through this little lull I'm having. It'll be over with soon. Not as soon enough for me, but it'll be over soon. So, thanks again, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so we're just about done with the applying of the dye here. I'm going to put my little ice barrier on the end there. It's the silicone cake molds that I just use little clips to stick up there to keep the ice from sliding down, because this will be on a slight incline. I'm sorry I didn't get a picture of it on my table, but it's between 6 and 7 degrees. Right, I'm going to slap on some soda ash for good measures here. And my ice maker, you've seen me use the full size little blocks it makes. I don't know how else to explain that, but per Steph's request, I'm just doing some chunked up ice here. This is on my -4 setting. It breaks apart very easily. It comes out the same as those little bars, but you can break it apart very easily. And I did have to come back and do another layer on here. That's only because the gutter isn't that deep. I'm going to be looking into maybe getting a little deeper gutters, but around here they're kind of hard to find unless they're aluminum, and I really don't want to have aluminum floating around the shed or piece of metal, because with my gracefulness I'll kick it and cut myself or something with it. Alright, so just adding on the few little pieces I have left in the container there, and let's get at it. And here's the finished result. I think it came out pretty cool. I could have spent a little bit more time on my pleats, but I love it. Said it's a 3X. It went to the little store that I have some of my stuff in, and I was quite happy with it. But yeah, just those two colors made all this. I just love her colors. But I just want to thank you again, everybody, for sticking with me. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please hit like. And if you want to share it, by all means, please do. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.